The trail stretched out before us like a promise of escape from the noise of Denver. I never imagined that hiking with my brother Ryan's best friend Liam would lead to the kiss that would upend my entire life. But as we stood on that ridge overlooking the Rocky Mountains, the words spilled out and everything changed in an instant. It was a Saturday morning in early fall when Ryan called me insisting I join them. "Come on, Ethan, you have been stuck in that design studio too long. Fresh air will do you good, and Liam is coming too. It will be like old times." Ryan always had that way of pulling people into his plans. At 28, he was the outgoing one, the athlete who still treated life like a college football game. I was 26, the quieter brother who preferred sketching logos over scoring touchdowns. Liam had been part of our circle since high school. Tall with kind eyes and a steady presence, he worked as a park ranger now. To Ryan, he was like a second brother. To me, he had always been something more dangerous. A secret I had carried since I was a teenager. We met at the trailhead in Rocky Mountain National Park. Ryan was running late as usual, texting that he would catch up. So Liam and I started without him. The air was crisp, carrying the scent of pine and damp earth. Our boots crunched on the gravel path as we climbed steadily. At first, the conversation stayed light. Work, the Broncos, the latest trail conditions. But as the trees thinned and the views opened up, something shifted. Liam glanced at me while we paused for water. "You seem different lately, Ethan. Quieter even than usual. Everything okay at home?" His voice was gentle without the teasing edge Ryan often used. I shrugged, trying to play it off. "Just the usual. Deadlines. Family expectations. You know how it is." He nodded, but his eyes lingered. "I do know. Sometimes it feels like everyone has a script for your life and you are afraid to improvise." That struck a chord. We kept walking and the talk grew deeper. Liam shared how his own family back in Nebraska still pushed the idea of settling down with a nice girl and starting a family. "They mean well, but it is exhausting pretending." I felt my pulse quicken. Was he saying what I thought he was saying? The path narrowed and we walked closer. Our arms brushed, occasionally sending small sparks through me. I had buried these feelings for years. Our parents were devout churchgoers. Dad, a retired accountant who valued tradition. Mom, who organized Bible studies. Coming out was not a conversation I had ever started. Ryan would probably laugh it off at first, then worry about what the family would say. We reached a scenic overlook. The valley spread below us in a tapestry of gold and green. The wind whipped around us, but the sun warmed our faces. Liam stopped and turned to me fully. "Ethan, there is something I have wanted to tell you for a long time. Since we were kids, really." His voice was low, steady. My mouth went dry. "What is it?" He stepped closer. "I am gay, and I have had feelings for you. Real ones. Not just friendship." The world narrowed to just his face. Those honest eyes. The vulnerability there. Years of silent longing crashed over me. "Liam, I feel the same. I have for years. But Ryan, the family." He reached out his hand, brushing my cheek. "I know the risks, but right now it is just us." Then he leaned in and our lips met. The kiss was soft at first, tentative, then deeper, with all the unspoken years behind it. It felt like coming home and stepping off a cliff at the same time. When we pulled apart, both breathing hard, the sound of boots on the trail made us step back quickly. Ryan appeared around the bend, waving. "There you guys are. Did I miss the good views?" I forced a smile, my heart still racing. Liam did the same, clapping Ryan on the shoulder like nothing had happened. But everything had. That kiss on the mountain was the beginning of a love that would force me to choose between truth and the life I had always known. We finished the hike with easy banter, but my mind was elsewhere. Every glance from Liam carried new weight. Every laugh we shared felt charged. By the time we reached the parking lot and said our goodbyes, the secret was already burning inside me. Ryan suggested beers later, but I made an excuse. Alone in my apartment that night, I replayed the kiss over and over. The joy of it. The terror. What had I started? And what price would we all pay when the truth came out? The days after the hike passed in a blur of stolen moments and careful lies. Liam and I texted constantly, at first innocent enough, then increasingly intimate. "I cannot stop thinking about that kiss," he wrote one night. I replied the same, fighting the guilt that twisted in my gut every time Ryan's name popped up in our group chat. We agreed to keep it quiet for now, just until we figured things out. But love does not wait for perfect timing. We met secretly the following weekend at a small cabin Liam knew about near Estes Park. It belonged to a friend who was out of town. The drive there felt like an adventure, and a betrayal rolled into one. When I arrived, Liam was already there, chopping wood outside, his flannel sleeves rolled up. He looked up and smiled, that warm smile that made my defenses crumble. Inside the cabin we talked for hours. Really talked. About the pressure of family expectations. About how hard it was to hide who we were in a world that still made it complicated. Ryan would feel blindsided, I said, staring into the fire. Liam nodded. He is my best friend. This could break that. But denying this feels worse. That weekend we let ourselves be together without the world watching. Walks in the woods. Quiet dinners. The kind of easy intimacy that comes when two people finally stop pretending. No one else knew. Not Ryan. Not our parents. It was ours alone, and it felt precious. But the secrecy weighed on me. At family dinner that Sunday, Mom asked why I seemed distracted. Dad wanted to know if I was seeing anyone. I lied, saying work was busy. Ryan joked that I needed to get out more. Each word felt like another brick in the wall I was building between my real self and the one they knew. Liam and I saw each other when we could. A quick lunch in the city. A late night drive up into the foothills. Every meeting deepened the connection. He understood the fear I carried. The way societal judgment lingered even in progressive Denver. People say it is better now, he told me one evening as we sat in his truck overlooking the city lights. But for guys like us with families like ours, it is still a minefield. I leaned my head on his shoulder. I do not want to hurt anyone, especially Ryan. He has always been there for me. Liam squeezed my hand. We will find a way. We have to. Yet the inner conflict grew. I loved my brother. He had defended me growing up, taught me to throw a football, included me in his circle. Now I was hiding something huge from him with his closest friend. The moral weight of it kept me up at night. Was this love worth the potential destruction? Or was I being selfish? Liam wrestled with it too. Every time Ryan talks about us hanging out like old times, I feel like I am stabbing him in the back, he admitted. Still, we could not stop. The pull was too strong. The happiness too real after years of hiding. One evening Ryan called, inviting me to a barbecue at his place. Liam would be there, of course. Bring that energy, man. You have been MIA. I agreed, knowing it would be torture. At the gathering, I watched Liam laugh with Ryan, their easy friendship on full display. When our eyes met across the yard, the secret sparked between us. Later in the kitchen, when Ryan stepped out, Liam brushed my hand quickly. This is hard, he whispered. But you are worth it. I wanted to believe him, but the tension was building. Secrets like ours do not stay hidden forever, and when they come out, the fallout is rarely clean. Our relationship deepened through the fall. Liam and I carved out a fragile world of weekends and whispered phone calls. The love grew stronger with every shared story and quiet touch. But so did the fear. Every family gathering became a performance. Every text from Ryan a reminder of the betrayal simmering beneath the surface. We took another hike together, just the two of us this time, in the foothills west of Boulder. The leaves had turned brilliant shades of orange and red. As we walked the trail, Liam took my hand when no one was around. I have never felt this way about anyone, he said. It is scary how much I need this. I felt the same. With him, I could be fully myself. No filtering my words. No hiding the parts of me that did not fit the family mold. We talked about the future in careful terms. Maybe moving in together someday. Coming out on our own timeline. But reality kept intruding. Thanksgiving approached and the pressure mounted. Mom planned the usual big dinner with all the relatives. Ryan was bringing a date. Dad kept asking when I would settle down. I felt the walls closing in. One night, after a tense call with my parents, I drove to Liam's apartment. He held me while I vented. I hate lying to them, but telling the truth could tear everything apart. He kissed my forehead. We do not have to decide today, but we cannot keep this up forever either. The close calls started then. Ryan almost caught us once when he stopped by Liam's unannounced. We had been watching a movie, hands intertwined. Liam barely had time to pull away before opening the door. "Hey man, what is up?" Ryan asked, stepping inside. I sat on the couch trying to look casual, my heart hammering. Ryan stayed for an hour talking sports and work. Every laugh they shared felt like a knife. After he left, Liam and I sat in silence. "That was too close," I said. He agreed. "We need to be smarter." Despite the stress, the love was real and beautiful. We supported each other through tough days. Liam helped me with a big project deadline, staying up late offering ideas. I listened when he talked about the prejudice he faced at work from older rangers. In those moments, the societal weight felt lighter. We were building something worth fighting for. Or so I hoped. Christmas lights went up around the city and the family gatherings intensified. At a holiday party at my parents' house, Ryan pulled me aside. "You seem happier lately, little brother. Seeing someone?" I froze, then shook my head. "Just work stuff." He did not look convinced. Later, I saw him talking quietly with Liam in the corner. My stomach dropped. Were they discussing me? The paranoia grew. That night, Liam and I met at a quiet coffee shop on the edge of town. "I feel like I am losing pieces of myself in all this hiding," I confessed. He took my hands across the table. "Me too. But I love you, Ethan. We will figure it out." The tension was rising like a storm on the horizon. We both knew a breaking point was coming. The question was whether our love would survive the storm when it hit. The discovery came suddenly and brutally on a cold January evening. Ryan had borrowed Liam's truck for a weekend trip and found a forgotten phone charger with my initials on it. But that was only the start. Later, he saw a text notification on Liam's phone when they were grabbing beers. A message from me that left no room for doubt. "Miss you already. Last night was everything." Ryan confronted Liam first. I got the call from a shaken Liam. "He knows. He is furious. He wants to talk to you now." My hands trembled as I drove to Ryan's apartment. When I walked in, Ryan was pacing the living room, his face red with anger. Liam stood by the window looking devastated. "How long has this been going on?" Ryan demanded the moment I closed the door. "Behind my back. With my best friend." I tried to explain. The hike. The feelings we had both hidden for years. The way it felt real and right. But Ryan was not hearing it. "You are my brother. He is like family. And you both lied to me. How am I supposed to trust either of you now?" His words cut deep. He accused Liam of taking advantage. Accused me of being selfish. The confrontation escalated, voices rising. Ryan revealed he had already called our parents. They deserve to know what is happening in this family. The family meeting happened 2 days later at our childhood home. Mom cried. Dad sat stone-faced, his military bearing making the disappointment heavier. "This is not the life we raised you for, Ethan," he said. "The Bible is clear. And involving Liam in this, it is a betrayal of everything we stand for." Mom worried about what the church community would say. Ryan refused to look at me directly. Liam tried to defend us, but his own family had been contacted too. His parents were equally upset, calling it a phase that needed correction. The pressure was overwhelming. Societal judgment mixed with family love turned into control. "Think of your future," Dad said. "Jobs. Respect. This choice will cost you." I felt torn between the man I loved and the family that had shaped me. Liam looked broken sitting across the room. In the days that followed, the arguments continued. Ryan distanced himself. Friends picked sides. The moral dilemma consumed me. Was my love worth fracturing the family? Or was staying silent the greater sin against myself? The betrayal came from the person I least expected. Under the weight of family pressure and his own fears, Liam wavered. His parents threatened to cut him off from the family business. His job as a ranger came with community scrutiny. One night he showed up at my door, tears in his eyes. "I cannot do this right now, Ethan. Not like this. The damage to everyone. It is too much. I think we need to step back." His words shattered me. "You are choosing them over us?" I asked, my voice breaking. He shook his head. "It is not that simple. I love you, but I am scared. Scared of losing everything. Scared of hurting Ryan more than I already have. He left that night saying he needed time. The pain was physical. I had risked it all for this love, and now it felt like he was walking away to protect the status quo. Alone, I spiraled. The inner conflict raged. Had I been naive to think love could conquer the deep-rooted prejudices and loyalties? Friends offered sympathy, but many echoed the family's view that I should have kept quiet. Work suffered. I avoided family calls. Ryan sent one text, "I hope you are happy with what you did." The sacrifice felt one-sided. I had been willing to fight, but Liam had chosen the easier path of conformity. Yet, in the darkness, a spark of awakening grew. I started journaling my thoughts, reading stories of others who had walked this road. Therapy helped unpack the years of shame I had internalized. I realized the real betrayal was not the kiss on the hike, but the years I spent denying who I was to keep the peace. The moral questions haunted me. Was it wrong to pursue love when it hurt others? Or was it more wrong to live a lie that slowly killed my spirit? Liam reached out weeks later, apologetic but still hesitant. "I miss you. But the family." I told him I understood the fear, but I could not go back to hiding. The damage was done. The relationships were strained. I had lost the easy closeness with Ryan. My parents' approval felt distant. But I was beginning to find something stronger. My own voice. My own truth. The climax came at a family gathering in the spring. Easter dinner. Everyone was there, including Liam, who had been invited before the rift widened. The tension was thick from the moment I walked in. Dad led a prayer that felt pointed. Ryan avoided eye contact. Mom tried to keep things normal, but her smiles were strained. After the meal, the conversation turned. Ryan finally spoke up. "We cannot keep pretending this did not happen. Ethan, what you did affected all of us." I took a deep breath and stood. The words came from a place of hard-earned clarity. I did not choose to fall in love to hurt anyone, but I did choose to stop living a lie. The prejudice, the expectations, the fear of what people will say. That is what is tearing this family apart, not my love for Liam. I am gay. That is not a choice. How I live with it is. I am sorry for the pain, but I will not apologize for being true to myself. The room erupted. Accusations flew. Tears. But for the first time, I did not back down. Liam watched me, his eyes filled with a mix of regret and admiration. Later, he pulled me aside. "You were brave today. Braver than I was." We talked honestly. He admitted the pressure had made him doubt, but seeing me stand up rekindled his courage. We did not rush back into anything. The wounds were too fresh. But the door was not closed. In the months that followed, some relationships mended slowly. Ryan and I had long talks. Not perfect, but progress. My parents struggled but started listening. Liam and I rebuilt carefully, this time with more honesty and less secrecy. The societal challenges remained. The inner work continued. But I had awakened to the truth that my worth was not defined by others' approval. I paid a real price. Trust was broken. Family bonds strained. Opportunities lost because of judgment. Yet the freedom of living openly was worth more than the comfort of silence. Love demanded courage and sometimes sacrifice. In the end, was standing up for my love and my truth the right choice, even if it meant losing parts of my family? Or should I have kept the peace at the cost of my own happiness?